When a rocket blasts off into space, it isn't always just one and done. On some occasions, the rocket stages can fall back to Earth, where they are recovered and reused by their respective space programs, or other organizations. If you find yourself looking at an old rocket stage wondering why it was recycled in the first place, or what it would look like if you found it somewhere on Earth, keep reading for the answers to these questions and more. The cost of launching a rocket is extremely high and varies widely depending on a variety of factors, including the size of the payload, the type of rocket being used, and the mission it's meant to complete. The cost of launching a rocket ranges from tens of millions to hundreds of millions of dollars. For example, the cost to launch a Falcon 9 rocket from SpaceX can range from $62 million to over $90 million, depending on the type of mission. Similarly, NASA's Space Launch System rocket is estimated to cost between $1 billion and $2 billion per launch. In addition to the cost of the actual launch, there are other expenses associated with rocket launches that must be taken into consideration. For example, fuel costs, overhead costs, payload insurance costs, satellite tracking fees, and personal training are all factors that can significantly add to the total cost of a rocket launch. Clearly, launching a rocket is no small expense, but the reward can be tremendous in terms of the research and exploration opportunities they provide. In this sense, it's easy to see why governments and private companies alike are willing to invest such large sums in space exploration and research. If you're interested in seeing firsthand how rockets are recycled and reused, there are a few places you can look. Of course, some of the largest sites for recycled rocket stages are launch pads and other facilities where launches take place. However, there are also private companies that specialize in reclaiming and reusing the components of rockets. These companies generally work with aerospace contractors. Their main objective is to inspect and recondition the parts. Many aerospace firms have agreements with these companies, making it easier to acquire the used stages. Finally, some rocket launch sites allow visitors to view their recycling processes. This is a great way to get a close-up look at how rocket stages are reused. Not only does this provide an interesting learning experience, but it also offers an opportunity to purchase rare rocket parts or even entire stages that may not be available elsewhere. Whether you're looking for a new rocket stage or just want to learn more about the process of a rocket recycling, there are plenty of opportunities to explore. Rockets are an incredibly complex piece of machinery, and when it comes to their construction, every part is important. Recycling rocket stages means breaking them down into their various components and reusing them in future projects. This helps reduce waste and costs since the parts don't need to be created from scratch every time. This process can be difficult though, as the pieces must be carefully separated and checked for any damage or wear. The recycling process also needs to consider the composition of the stage itself. For example, some stages may contain hazardous materials that need to be handled with care during recycling. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thank you.